Hello guys, my name is Ali and welcome to IELTS Vocabulary Conquest. So the next topic we're gonna tackle today is about media. Alright, so the first question for this topic is this. Where do you usually get the news from? Okay, it talks about like the place or the source that you will get the news. So for the first answer I have, usually you can see here, mostly people get the news from TV and newspaper channels. However, these days people prefer getting the news on social media for a quick updates. Well, is a fair enough answer to get this, but let's see. You can do a lot better with the words and also the structure. So I would like to show you some of the useful language that I use, okay? So newspaper and TV are the most common media to get news. People who like to acknowledge what is going on in the world tend to go for these sources. However, these days, social media has come to the fore in sharing the news. These posts can be made either by news channels or individuals. Okay, so let's take a look at the language that I use in this one. Okay, so first I use the verb acknowledge. Acknowledge, it means that you want to know or you want to be aware of something. So acknowledge about the news or acknowledge about whatever happening in this world, okay? Next one, tend to. Tend to, which is you have the intention for something. You try or you attempt to do something, all right? And the phrase that I use here, you can see, come to the fore. So come to the fore, it means that has something become very obvious and visible. So social media has come to the fore in sharing the news, which means that social media has made a very visible and obvious step in sharing the news with everyone besides TV and radio, I guess, okay? And these posts can be made by either news channels and individuals. Individual, which means like person, like you can post about news on social media or on your Facebook. Okay, so the second question is about something more interesting. Do you read magazines and which one? Okay, you can frankly just speak about any kind of magazine that you read. All right, so the first answer here I have, well, I love reading Cosmopolitan. I love reading a magazine called The Cosmopolitan. All right, so it talks about relationships, health, careers, and fashion, which are attractive to me. Okay, so there's a complement for this. They use the structure reduced relative clause, caught, okay? And the word attractive here is more like you are captivated by the content of the magazine. So the word attractive is more like, how do I say, like sexy or something. So it's not really, it could be used in a better word for this. Okay, so my other version, you can see. Definitely, like I said, giving the opening linking phrase. Definitely, I'm interested in reading The Cosmopolitan, which is a women's magazine, okay? It includes columns and articles about health, fashion, careers, and relationships, which are fascinating to me. Okay, so I use the word includes instead of about the word talks because it has various types, all right? Columns and articles. So columns is like the small article, like in the column in each magazine will have. An article will be like a long article, like for the whole page. So you need to give the variety of the contents when you talk about magazine, all right? And what do I say? The last word, fascinating. So fascinating has the same meaning with interesting or exciting. Okay, so let's come to the last question, number 3. It talks about radio. So here you can see, in which circumstances do you usually listen to the radio? Circumstance is like the situation when you listen to this. Okay, so I have an answer for this. I usually listened to the radio every weekend when I was younger. At that time, I had a lot of house chores to do, so I like listening to music to give me more energy to finish the task. Okay, so basically this is like the perfect answer I would like to ask. However, there are some more idioms and collocations that you can use to make it so much better. Okay, so my updated version over here. Well, I used to listen to it quite a lot when I was younger, back in the day. It was my duty to clean up the place on the weekends, and before I started, I would turn up the radio and choose a loud song to get me in the mood to tidy up the place. Okay, so some of the collocation is quite common even in the daily conversation that you can use. So first of all is back in the day. Back in the day, which is talking about the past, like in the past or in the history or something. So back in the day is more natural, okay? Okay, so duty here is like your responsibility in doing something, which is the same word. And the last, get me in the mood. You know the word mood, right? It's like the mood, the feeling or the emotion for you to do something. So get you in the mood, which means get you the energy and the feelings to finish a task or doing something. Alright, so that's a wrap for our topic today about media. If you find this helpful or have any questions or comments or even better answers, feel free to write down on the section below. I will see you next time and have fun studying. Goodbye!